Like almost every single time that he plays this, I cry. And it really deserves to be on this list because it's so sad and it's emotional. Hey, how's it going everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Frassix and happy Valentine's Day. That's right, on the day that I upload this video will be Valentine's Day, and I get it that not everyone will have a Valentine's Day today. Like for example me, I have never even had a Valentine's Day. Technically I've never really had a relationship before, but you know what, that's okay. You know what, I don't need a relationship for anything, you know. But anyways, so I felt like for this video in particular is more so for the people. This is more of the sad side of Valentine's Day, because there is of course the happy side, you know, if you're in love and you have someone you want to be with and everything like that. So I made a video for that as well. If you guys haven't seen that, the link for that will be in the description below. But for this video in particular, I just want to talk about the sad part of being in love and, you know, the loss that you may experience and everything like that. So for this video, I basically compiled a list of all of those sad songs that I felt like really experienced the pain and the grieving and everything that you can experience with love as well. And I have the list right here, and I separated the list into 3 parts for this video. The first part is going to be the wanting stage of love. So basically, if you're not with someone yet but you want to be with someone, but then they won't want to be with you for some reason or another, or they can't be with you for one reason or another and you really can't help it. So I felt like that was just really sad to experience, so I have that list. Then the next part is the last hope kind of love songs. So basically, you're in a relationship and you know it's falling apart and you're trying to do anything and everything you can to try and hold on to that relationship to make it work and everything like that. So that's in a way really sad too. And Nevermore is the last part of this listing, and Nevermore is basically just like you're done with the relationship. The relationship has ended, and you can't really do much about it. So I felt like that was really sad as well, and I've basically experienced all these parts as well, so I guess it's kind of personal for me. And some of these songs definitely helped me get through them, because I would cry to them or just listen to them, and it would kind of make me feel better that someone else was going through the same thing that I was going through. So yeah, I'm just gonna give you guys this list, and it's not in any particular order or anything. So I'm just listing this literally as I go kind of thing. Basically, for the first part is the wanting thing that I talked about, and the first song for that part is Good Night and Go by Ariana Grande, and it's such a sad song if you really think about it. She cries every time she sings that song, and she doesn't sing it anymore, and I personally get why. Like, the first time I heard it, I was just like, this is such a magical song and I absolutely love it. It's so sad. The next song is August by Taylor Swift, and even though it's one of the more upbeat songs on Folklore, it's one of the saddest in a way, because I don't know, I feel like I've been in that boat too, where you want to be with someone and you kind of are with someone, but in a way they belong to someone else, and whether you know it or not, you will never be with that person because they're always going to be with that other person. And it's just sad that, you know, that they could be your perfect person but they're not, because they're the perfect person for someone else, and that's in a way really sad as well. The next song is All I Want by Olivia Rodrigo, and of course in the wanting category I put this All I Want song into there, but it's really sad, you know. It just, you know, especially if you watch High School Musical, the series, for that kind of love triangle thing that was going on, it was definitely a sad thing to watch, and the lyrics are really relatable, and it was just a trend on TikTok everywhere, and I absolutely love it so much that was really the start of Olivia's career. And then, you know, you go into driver's license, but I'll talk about that later. And the last song for this kind of category is Don't Wanna Dance Alone by Fifth Harmony. I think it's the acoustic version, not the upbeat version, because I feel like the acoustic version is more sad. And it's basically just a song about like saying, you know, like you are dressed up, you want to go to the club or you want to go out with your friends, and you don't want to, like, I get it, you know, like dancing with your friends is one thing, but if dancing with a partner or someone, it's completely different in a way. So I felt like for this song it's saying, you know, even though I'm dressed up, I don't want to dance alone and be alone tonight kind of thing. So I feel like it's another kind of wanting song. the next category are the last hope love songs that I put for this, and there's only 3, but these 3 are very sad in their own right. And the first song for this is Flicker by Niall. It's my favorite song from him, and I guess it's just because it's like so real and raw, and you can definitely tell in the lyrics and the way that he's singing that he doesn't want to let this love go. And like almost every single time that he plays this, especially live, I cry, because you can definitely tell and be in his shoes and saying, you know, like him staring up at the ceiling knowing that this love won't work, and you're just holding on to anything that will basically cement this relationship and make it, you know, good again, but you can't, and that's super sad. So the next song on this list is Honeymoon Avenue by Ariana Grande, and it is a sad song. It's one of my favorites from hers for sure, like probably within my top 5 or my top 10 of her entire songs. But it's, in a way, it's just super sad, you know, just saying that you want to go back to that honeymoon phase of a relationship where everything's like good and new and exciting and everything, but you can't, because it's probably how the relationship goes and it's gonna end, and it's just super sad in its own right. But it's a super good song. I absolutely love it. Again, but the Yours Truly version, not the original version that's upbeat and everything. I like the slower version with the rascals and everything. And the last song for this category is Brick by Brick by Katy Perry, and it wasn't officially released on any of her main albums, but it was a song that she has sung before, and that was even on MTV Unplugged. And it's one of my favorites from hers, especially lyrically, because I don't know, there's just something about the song that it's not, I don't want to say that her songwriting now is not that deep, but for back then it was just an incredible thing, because it's basically just saying, there's all these metaphors and everything saying that she won't give up on that love, and no matter what it takes, brick by brick, she's gonna build up, you know, or break down that wall that that person has put up. And in a way, if you guys haven't listened to it, please listen to it, because I really do think that that song is really sad. And then the last part of this list is the Nevermore love songs, which is basically the songs where basically you're not in a relationship anymore, the relationship has ended, and you're left alone basically. So okay, so I'll start off with the song When She Loved Me by Sarah McLachlan. And I get that this was in Toy Story 2, but it's one of the, like a lot of critics say that's one of the saddest songs ever written, because it's like that you were in love with a person and you're no longer in love with that person. You reminisce on days when you were in love with that person, and then that person maybe loves you again, but it's too late, and that song is just so sad. Next is Exile by Taylor Swift and Bon Iver. I still don't know how to say his name or that group's name, but it's just a sad song in its own right, saying, you know, I never gave a warning sign, I gave so many signs, and I was just like, oh, it's so sad. And hopefully it wins a Grammy. Within the Grammys are gonna be like, what, like next month, so hopefully it wins that, because it really deserves it for its songwriting. Next song is Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo. I told you I would get back to this song, and it really deserves to be on this list because it's so sad, you know, especially with the situation that's going on based on what that song is about. You know, I'm pretty sure you guys all know. If you guys haven't watched any of my reactions to Olivia's Driver's License songs or performances or something, the link for that will be in the description below. The next song on this list is Hello by Adele, and again, it's a really sad song saying, you know, like, hello, it's me, and then she's basically talking about like from the future, how she's reminiscing on the past and how good it was, and she's sorry for everything that she's done, and that is so sad in its own right. So hopefully you guys have heard that. If you guys haven't heard it, you guys should definitely listen to it. Next song is The Night We Met. And it's a sad song. I first heard this on 13 Reasons Why, and I also was going through some stuff back then, a breakup in a way, so it was a really comforting song, but comforting in a way that I could cry to it all the time. So that song means a lot to me. Next is Thinking of You by Katy Perry, and again, this is like the beginning of her career. This is one of her raw songs that she wrote on her own, saying, you know, like reminiscing on the past, kind of good love, and you're with someone else, but you can only think of that person that you were with before. It's so sad. Next is The Heart Wants What It Wants by Selena Gomez. And again, it's a really sad song, especially at the time when it was released and her AMA performance and everything. That was super sad, and especially the background to that song. You guys can definitely like guess who it's about. But it was just a sad point in her career, and she doesn't even want to sing live anymore because of the emotion that that song has brought to her. So I understand that, but it's still a really sad song in its own right. Okay, and then the next song is The Last Kiss by Taylor Swift. And oh my gosh, that song is such an emotional roller coaster ride. And it was released in 2010, but it was like the songwriting is so good, the descriptions, the visuals, everything is so good about that song. The times, and like every July 9th I cry because I have to listen to that, because of course that's like the typical day that you have to listen to it, because it's part of the lyrics. But yeah, the song, if you guys haven't heard it before, please do it, because it's so sad, especially like the little raspy voice that she does in the bridge. Like, oh my god, it's emotional. And the last song on this entire list of sad love songs is All Too Well by Taylor Swift. I'm pretty sure you guys should have known that this was gonna be on the list. It's my favorite from her out of all her songs. So yeah, the lyrics, just the description, just the feeling that you get while listening to the song is unbelievable. The imagery, the storyline, like it literally feels like a movie that's running through your head, and at the end of the story, like you remember all the good things that you had with a person, but no, that relationship is no longer there. So I felt like that was really sad in its own right. And again, if you guys haven't listened to that song, do it, because that's one of my favorites, and that's a song that I feel like will always have a special place in my heart. That's pretty much it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really did enjoy compiling this list together. Even though they're sad love songs, I really feel like, in a way, for some reason, because I write songs as well, and there's a lot of songs that I've written about heartache and everything that's really super sad. And there's one song that I wrote called Someone Else's Arms, and it's super sad, it's super emotional, and it definitely takes basis off of All Too Well by Taylor Swift, but in its own right, it's just a super sad 80s emotional ballad that I don't think will ever see the light of day, nor will I ever think any of the songs that I write will see the light of day. And I'm pretty sure no one's gonna watch this far to even know that I write songs or anything like that. But yeah, I've written a good share of sad love songs. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me, guys. And if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, all the usual things. Follow me on my social media accounts, just keep up with everything that I do. And until the next video, the wonder won't stop. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.